Hello folks, welcome to the, what's it, fourth?
It's the fourth this year,
fourth apple tasting for the 2024-2025 season. And we have got a guest today, that's
Hi.
Kayla.
Hello.
Kayla is a good friend of mine, lives on the marina as well, and we do a lot of stuff together.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigel,
Okay.
put it over to you.
Okay, we have 12 apples as usual. It's a little bit different today because I've managed to find 4 seedlings of Cox's Orange Pippin, and so it'll be interesting to compare those as we go through. So I've scattered those through the 12 that we're looking at. The first apple we've got is one called Red Marilyn. I got this from a guy in Belgium. He sent me a twig and I grafted a tree, and we've just had a few apples. And he says it's his best red-fleshed apple. You can see it has a nice colour. So what we usually do, I'll just do you take a slice and then I'll give one to Julie.
I've never seen an apple with a red inside before.
No, it's, a lot of people haven't.
And has it got any pips?
Any
pips?
Any pips? Oh yes, it's got
Yeah.
a normal number of pips, 6 or 7. Ooh, it's a bit sour. He uses it for cooking, the person I got it from.
It's kind of sweet and then sour.
Yes, it's got quite a bit of sugar and it's got a bit of acid as well. A bit more, Julie?
Yeah.
It takes a mouthful or two to get used to an apple like this. I mean, my immediate reaction is I don't like this, but the second mouthful was much better.
It's a grower. Thank you.
I really like that one, I do.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 3.5. I think it's good. It's quite fruity.
The skin's a bit, it takes a bit to break it down.
Yeah.
For me it's a 4.
Okay.
I really like it.
So I've got 3.5 for me. 4. And what?
I'm going to say a 4 as well.
Okay.
I
Good.
like it because it's quite juicy as well. It's nice.
Yeah. Good. What's at 8? It's 11.5. The next one is an apple called Surprise. This is another red-fleshed fruit. Oh, it's not so dark. It's pale pink. Look, there we go.
Lush.
Yeah, a blush. That's right.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
This one's really sweet.
That's sweeter, a bit gentle.
Really nice.
Yeah, a bit gentler flavour.
And the outside. It's
Skin.
quite easy to get through.
Yeah.
The skin's not bad at all. A bit more, Julie.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Well, that's a good 4 for me, I think.
I agree, it's a 4 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not absolutely perfect, but it's
Yeah,
jolly
yes.
unusual and it's good.
Can I do a 4.1?
No, you can do halves. You can do halves.
Okay, because I prefer it to the last one. So shall I go 4.5?
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
So
Quite like that.
4.5
Yeah.
and 4. So that's what's that, 12.5. The next one is a German apple called Schneewittchen. We did a tasting at Donisthorpe a couple of days ago, and this one came second out of 8. It's very dark flesh.
Thank you.
And it's a typical red-fleshed apple, a little bit tart, but quite a fruity flavour.
You see, this one is the inside feels a little bit bitty.
Mm.
Very soft.
Mm.
Yeah, it's sort of crumbly, isn't it?
Mm.
Now, we actually tried this, Julie, about 5 weeks ago, and it was very fierce, and we didn't like it very much.
Mm.
But this is more or less how it should be.
Nice.
A bit more?
No.
No?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Right. For me, it's 3.5.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I think it's about a 3.5.
I'm going to say 3.5 too.
Yeah, okay. But we sometimes find, Julie and I, we differ widely because our taste buds are not the same.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, having an extra person in there.
Yeah, it is.
To see just how similar we are with our tastes.
Yeah. Well, Judith's turned me into a sweet tooth today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right, next one is grenadine. We've seen this before. Now, grenadine is a very interesting apple. It's again a red-fleshed one. Very dark. But this apple has lots of faults with it. Sometimes it's too acidic, sometimes
Thank you.
sometimes it doesn't ripen very well. It doesn't store very well, but it's an interesting apple, particularly when you sow the pips. And it tastes a little bit like fruit punch in some years.
Mm.
It's very hard apple, this one.
Yes, it is.
Prefer the texture to the last one.
Yeah, it's a lot firmer. I think from a taste point of view, if I had a blindfold on, I'd give it about a 3.
You know, it's the same for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The skin's a bit hard as well. You eat the piece and you're left with the skin, and you have to break that down.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3 as well.
Yeah, okay. Now, we did an experiment some years ago, and we sowed some grenadine pips, and this is what we call it improved grenadine. It's not quite as big, it's a bit smoother, and the taste is a little bit more consistent, we think. So I'll see what you think to that.
Okay, thank you.
And you can see it's not all of the seedlings came red, but this one did.
Ooh,
Is it better or worse?
it's different.
I think you're right. It's not better, is it? It's just a different flavour. I can taste a little bit of possibly lime or orange in that.
It's like a cider.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you make ciders out of those apples or not.
Well, this would make quite nice cider. You'd get a pink cider as well because the juice is dark red.
So it's okay to, in my opinion, to eat as with a packed lunch, but it's just ordinary. I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, okay. And I think it's a 3 as well.
3 from me.
So it's not really improved. It's just different.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next one is, where are we there? This one is called Jupiter, and this is actually a seedling of Cox's orange pippin. Now I've got a Cox's orange pippin here. We can't eat that because it's the only one we've got this year, and I want the seeds from it, so I have to let it go overripe and then mould it before I take the pips out. But you can see a Cox is quite deep red on one side. So Jupiter is a seedling of that.
And it looks more waxy, the coat.
Yeah, it is. It's more shiny.
Yeah.
It's basically got the same colour scheme on it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel.
And it's a little bit easier to grow than Cox's orange pippin.
It's really nice and sweet.
Mm.
Nice
Yes, it's a
consistency.
nice. This is
Skin
a nice
breaks
apple.
down nicely.
Bit more.
Yeah.
I love them. Thank you. Oops.
Ooh, sorry. At least a 4 for me, possibly 4.5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a 4.5 for me. The skin sort of dissolves very quickly.
Yeah.
Texture's really nice as well. It's not too bitty.
Yeah, and it's not too hard either. It's not too firm.
No, it's
I'm
not
gonna
too
agree.
hard, not too soft. It's just right. Yeah, I agree. Same.
4.5?
Yeah.
What do you think?
4.5, yeah.
4.5.
It's very nice.
So that's 12.
13
13. Let's test my maths at adding 3 numbers together. Right, next one is an apple from Cornwall called Pendragon.
Now we've had this one before.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do you get your apples in? Have you got friends in places?
Well, over the years I've collected, I've swapped varieties with people.
Yeah.
And if you can graft, you can duplicate a tree. So in the winter
Wow.
you post each other twigs and then you can make a new tree from
Oh,
the twig.
amazing.
It takes a few years. If you've got a twig that you're going to graft,
Yeah.
you make a tree in February and it'll take 2, 3 or 4 years before you get any apples.
Wow.
And inevitably some of the trees die, so you don't just do one, you make several.
Yeah.
But Nigel has got
How many?
many hundreds. He's in the thousands of trees.
Hundreds.
Really?
This is tasting quite good.
Just the chewy skin.
Yeah, there is
the
a
taste
bit.
is not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. A bit more?
No.
It's got the typical red-fleshed flavour. It's not as sweet as it could be if it was a white-fleshed apple.
For me, that's a 3.
Yeah, I think for me that's about a 4. It's a lot milder. I'm finding that milder than when we tasted it earlier in the season.
I'm going to go with a 3.5.
Okay, so 4 for me. 3.5. 3. 7, 10.5. Next one is another seedling of Cox's orange pippin. This is called Saval. And I took some notes on this because I'm not sure about much of its history. It's a Cox seedling. It has quite compact growth and it was created in Germany. Let's put that there. So Cox's orange pippin was crossed with I think it was an early season German apple.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So when, is there a season when the apples come in and go out?
Oh yes, these are all what we call mid-season or late mid-season apples.
Yeah.
And so these will keep reasonably well for 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Very late apples that you pick at the end of October or later,
Yeah.
they'll store for longer.
Okay.
And a really early apple in July, August, September won't store at all.
Right. It's quite juicy, nice texture, nice skin.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah.
What are you thinking, Julia?
Thinking I need to try another piece
Yeah, that's a good.
just to make sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
quite sure.
Because this is, I think
It's
it's the best
interesting.
one, for me, it's the best one we've had so far.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah, it's very nice. This.
Thank you. So do you think the more pink, the more, well, the sweeter they are, the lighter they are?
Generally, yes. Not always. There are some exceptions, but yeah. Yeah, that's very, very good. Do you think that? Oh, sorry about that, Julie. Thank you.
See, I can't. I think for me it's a 3. I can't. Yeah.
It doesn't do much for you?
No.
There's a bit of an aftertaste, I think, with it. I've got left in my mouth. So it's not a sour. I don't know what the aftertaste is. I can't work it out.
Yeah, for me it's a bit of a 4. Sorry, it's a 4. There is a bit of an aftertaste, but I find that quite pleasant.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.5.
Yeah, it seems quite. I would call it a warm flavour.
Yeah.
So 4, 3.5, 3. That's a 7, 10.5. The next one is one that I don't think we've tasted before. It's Ellison's Orange. I marked it with a cross, so I wanted to save it. This is an old apple. By that I mean it was bred a long time ago, over 100 years ago.
Wow. Thank you. The flavours are really subtle. A bit nice.
It is, isn't it? It's a little bit softer, and the flavour's richer than the last one. What do you think, Julie? A bit more?
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to figure out like the texture of it because it's in between.
Yeah.
It's not so bitty, but it's not as smooth. I don't know, that's just me maybe.
A bit more?
Thank you. What are you thinking, Julie?
I think that's a 4.5. It's very good. It's not quite a 5
I think it's
for
a
me.
4 for me. Yeah, it's easy to eat. It's nice and soft, and the skin just dissolves. Just not quite with the taste.
Yeah, the taste is I can see that some people might dislike it a bit. It's got other flavours in it that the other apples haven't. It often has a flavour of licorice or aniseed when you store it, but I can't detect that at the moment.
No.
I'm going to give it 4.5. So what's yours? Yours a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a 4 too.
Yeah, okay. So that's 12.5. Next one is Claygate Pomaine. This apple was not bred, it was found a long time ago. I've got some notes here, just see if I can find when it was. Yeah, this has been available since 1821, so that's 200 years.
Wow.
Found at Claygate in Surrey. And it's what we call triploid, which means if you grow it, you've got to have another tree to pollinate it. It won't pollinate itself.
Is there many trees that won't pollinate themselves?
Yes, there are all the triploids fail to pollinate themselves effectively, and Cox's Orange Pippin is the most famous one that won't pollinate itself.
Yeah.
So if you've got if you're growing Cox's Orange,
when first house what we were in, we had Cox's, we had a Laxton and something else.
Yeah.
And we had to have another tree to.
How would you pollinate a tree?
well, the bees do it, but you just have to make sure that the two trees that you've got flower at the same time.
Okay.
So you look at them up in a book before you buy them.
Yeah.
And buy them when they're pollinating, buy the ones where the pollination overlaps.
Okay. And then you can obviously, once you do the mixing yourself.
Yeah, they've obviously got to be in bloom together. And then that A will pollinate B and B will pollinate A, usually.
3 for me.
I quite like this one because it's not too sweet, it's not too sour. It's kind of just in the middle for me.
Yeah, for me, it's got a hint of pineapple in it. So you say
You've just done that.
3.
I'm going to go 3.5.
3.5.
I quite like that.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a 4. So 7, that's 10.5. Next one is an apple called Bayer Marissa. This is from Germany. It's another red fleshed, and it's also on sale as Tickle Pink. That's the name it's often sold under.
Tickle Pink.
And its parent is Vin Rouge, which we tasted. I think we did that last time.
There's something with my tongue. Bit sour, but it's nice.
Yes, yes. You're right. It is a little bit sour. It's sweet
yeah,
as well.
It's not for me. To me, that's 2.5.
Mm. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I'm going to say a 3.
Okay. What's that? 6, 7, 8, 9. And finally, we have Fiesta. This is another. I think this is another Cox seedling. Yes, it was bred in Kent at the East Malling Research Station in the 1970s.
Thank you. I bet you like this one, Julie, don't you?
Pardon?
I bet you like this one.
Well, it's sweet again. It's a little bit like a Cox's orange.
I can't make out. It's got a flavour to it. I can't quite work out the flavour. Thank you. Obviously it's apple.
Oh yeah, but apples often have hints of other things in them. You're right. There's a hint of something else there, like pear drops, possibly.
Yes. Yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head there.
Right,
I think
that's a 5 for me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's lovely, folks.
Yeah, it is very good.
Nice and sweet. Thank you. The texture's right, just right. Sweet.
You're right. This is the best one of the morning, I think. Yeah, it is.
It's between this one for me and that one.
Yeah. So Jupiter, you reckon, was pretty good too.
Is it Jupiter? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give that a 5. It is very, very tasty, and it's quite concentrated, kind of a deep flavour.
Yeah, flavour's lovely.
Yeah.
Nice texture, everything. Yes, I'll go with 5.
5,
That
okay. That's our top scorer.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, folks, we are getting low on the battery.
Okay,
Very low.
Let's just show you. I'm sorry that it takes a little bit longer with 3. There we go. There's the score sheet. Fiesta top scores, and the other Cox seedlings have done well.
Can you buy any of these in the supermarket? Or these?
Thank you for watching, folks.
Supermarket, don't say supermarket.
Oh. Hi, Trevor.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye then.
You can edit that out, Julie.
No?